My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I'm going to break down my bets for UFC 296, but before I do, let me give you $50. The only thing you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. It's affiliate marketing. You're going to sign up, you use the link, they're going to give us some money, I'm going to slice off some of that money, and I'm going to give it right back to you. WeWantPicks.com/bets, sign up, make a deposit, we send you $50 as a thank you. But you could also get $1,000. We're doing a giveaway. It's the end of the year. We set some goals out for this year. It was get to 20,000 subscribers on We Want Picks, get to 10,000 subscribers on Picks Nation. We're right there. And to get it over the line, we're doing a $1,000 giveaway. It is 100% free to enter. It'll take you fewer than 2 minutes to do all of this. The only thing you need to do is click subscribe on the We Want Picks YouTube channel, click subscribe on the Picks Nation YouTube channel, and leave a comment on the giveaway video so that when we do the random comment picker, yours can get picked. If you're not a premium member, we send you $500. If you are a premium member, we send you $1,000. The only thing we need is to get to 20,000 subscribers at We Want Picks, 10,000 subscribers on Picks Nation. Again, 100% free to enter. All the links to do that are below. Good luck. I'm glad to give this money away because that means we hit our goal. So good luck. Click the button a few times, leave a comment, and as long as this happens before January 1st, one of you will get paid quite handsomely. But premium membership is far more than just doubling your money in a giveaway. You're going to get all the picks, the bets, the round line leans, all sorts of tools, insight, and information to help you be successful during these cards. This is a look at last week. Jacob and I crushed. We crushed. His underdog lock of the week did lose, but the safety parlay hit. The bets hit. The picks were great. We did really well overall. And if we look at pay-per-view events specifically, which is what this is, the safety parlay is 4-1, which is incredible. The lock of the week is 5-0, which is incredible. And we're expecting a little bit more of that success going into this week to close out the year with a bang. To become a premium member, just go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. It's only $10 a month. You're going to get the picks, the bets, the round line leans. You're going to get tools like the line movement tracker, giving you opening odds, current odds, win probability, and line movement for every single fight. You're going to get detailed data, metrics, and analytics for betting specifically. This will help you with those really cool prop bets about takedown lines and significant strike lines because you're going to see both fighters, what their takedown defense looks like, what their opponent's takedown offense looks like, how many takedowns they average per 15 minutes. All those stats are right there, and they can help you exploit some bad lines by the books. Become a premium member. It's $10 a month. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. I am going to show you all of my bets, but before I do, let's talk about generalities. Let's talk about some confident favorites as a whole and some solid underdogs that I think are worth a look. Favorite-wise, I think there's some pretty obvious ones on this card. I think Alexandre Pantoja is a good favorite. He already won this fight. This is a rematch from a couple of years ago, not from 10 years ago, not from 20 years ago. And since then, they both have had success, obviously, but I don't know what's going to be different in this fight. Pantoja submitted Royval last time. I think he does something similar this time. He showed us how tough he is in that title win against Brandon Moreno. He showed us that he does have cardio. He's got grit. He's got all the tools. I think he wins this fight again. As I mentioned, this is a rematch. He already won this fight 2 years ago. Paddy Pimblett. I think Paddy's a bit overrated. I don't think his skills are ranked in the UFC level. I also think his opponent is a senior citizen who has taken way too much damage. We love Tony Ferguson. Everything he's done for the fans as far as entertainment is incredible. And we can't thank him enough as people who have been watching this sport for many, many years. But this is a very unforgiving sport. Age is not a good thing in this sport. Tony Ferguson got a DUI this calendar year. Tony Ferguson's wife filed a restraining order because he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs last year. There's a lot going on in that guy's life. There's a lot of bad things happening to him inside the cage. I think Paddy Pimblett, clear, easy win. This line has moved quite a bit throughout the week. Shavkat Rakhmonov. I hate picking against Wonderboy. I hate betting against Wonderboy. Wonderboy is one of the nicest, most genuine, best-looking fighters on the UFC roster. Guy is incredible. He's just incredible. But I think Shavkat Rakhmonov is just a different level of fighter. Wonderboy's 40. Shavkat is young. He's aggressive. He's got all stoppages. He's submitting people. He's knocking people out. His cardio looks good. He doesn't seem to be fading. Like, I got to go with Shavkat here, especially because we know Wonderboy does have giant holes in the grappling. And then Cody Garbrandt. I don't have any bets on Cody Garbrandt because you can't trust that chin. But I just think Brian Kelleher is a different animal than Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt is a former world champion. Cody Garbrandt had the single best performance I have ever seen from any fighter ever when he won that bantamweight championship. I'm talking any fighter, any weight, like that was a clinic against the best to do it. I just think Cody Garbrandt is levels above Brian Kelleher, who's had a spinal infusion. There's a lot going on there. Cody's got no chin. Cody gets a little too excited sometimes, but I don't think Brian Kelleher is the guy that's going to flatline Cody Garbrandt. So I think he's a solid favorite. If we look at some underdogs here, Colby Covington. Listen, you could hate the guy. He's dressed as Paul Revere, saying horrible things. Like, that's his thing. He's selling tickets. That's his gimmick. If you hate his guts because of that, that's exactly the reaction he wanted. It's exactly the reaction he wanted. He wants you to care in one way. He doesn't, good or bad. He just wants you to care. All of that being said, don't let your blind hatred for Colby Covington hide the fact that he's a phenomenal underdog. This guy sets a wild pace. This guy comes forward, shoots takedown after takedown after takedown. He has the significant strikes he lands in fights through the moon. Go to UFC stats, check out his numbers. The takedowns that he gets through the moon. The takedown attempts through the moon. This guy's pressure, his pace is absolutely next level incredible. I picked against him, but he can win this fight. He can absolutely win this fight. The thing that worries me, if you're on the Colby Covington side, is he's over 35 years old. I know there's all these stats floating around this week that over two stats floating around that work against him. One, fighters that have had more than a year layoff and then got a title fight, like fresh, not the champ, but like a fresh, I think they're like 0 for 5 or something like that. And then over 35 years old in the welterweight division, the only person ever to win a title fight was Tyron Woodley. So a lot of stuff working against them on paper, but the reality is it's striker versus grappler, and Colby Covington is nonstop pressure. Cody Durden, exact same thing I just mentioned for Colby Covington, non-stop wrestling pressure. He's fighting Tagir Ulanbekov. We watched Tagir Ulanbekov lose this exact same fight to Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott came forward, took him down over and over and over. Pressure, 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 pressure. Cody Durden's a very good underdog. He can win this fight the exact same way Cody Durden did. Then we have Shamil Gaziev, a couple of heavyweights. We're going to find out. Heavyweights are always tricky when we have a UFC debut and they smash regional people. And there's a lot of weird stuff with heavyweights. The level of competition is very, very different everywhere. But I do think Shamil hits like a freight train. He's got wrestling. He's got cardio. He'll spin around. He's wildly athletic, even though he looks like a troll that lives under a bridge. I think he's a solid underdog. I do have a bet on him. I'll show you that in 1 second. And then Lucas Almeida. Lucas Almeida is fighting Andre Fili. Andre Fili is very similar to Cody Garbrandt. He's a little chinny. He's got all the tools in the world. Very, very talented. But you can't trust Andre Fili. I can trust Lucas Almeida. I do think Lucas wins this fight, and I think he's a very good underdog at this price. Let's look at my actual bets. These are the actual bets that I placed with my money. If you like them, great. If you don't, that's fine. This is what I did with my money. Bryce Mitchell. They dropped that fight, and I said, boom, minus 150, I'll take it. I only have a half a unit on it because it is short notice, and he is fighting Josh Emmett, who's a phenomenal wrestler. It is possible that Bryce Mitchell struggles to take down Josh Emmett. But Josh Emmett has been taken down before. Josh Emmett doesn't use his wrestling nearly as much as he should, even though in this specific matchup, he's the far more credentialed wrestler. If they had trophy rooms of all the wrestling trophies they've ever had, Bryce Mitchell would have 0, and Josh Emmett would have a whole room full of them. He's an accomplished wrestler. But Bryce Mitchell, in MMA, in a cage, is just going to be the better wrestler because he's nonstop sniffing socks. Just boom, diving at the leg. Boom, diving at the leg. And I trust him to do that, and I think he's going to win the fight because of that. Alexandre Pantoja, I mentioned all this 2 seconds ago. Alexandre Pantoja's won this fight. It's a rematch. He won this fight. So I have 1.5 units on him at minus 170. I think he wins this fight again. Then we have Shamil Gaziev. I just talked about him, why I think he's a solid underdog. And I got him at plus 155. So I got him at better odds than you can get him today. Same with Bryce Mitchell. And Bryce Mitchell's odds took off a little bit. So I beat both of those lines. I think Shamil, it's a heavyweight, so I only have 1/4 of a unit on that. But the reality is he hits hard. He's athletic. He's got He's tough as shit too. If you go break down some tape, you watch some tape, you do some of your own tape study, you'll watch that he was getting taken down. He was getting beat up and he survived. He stands up, third round, comes out, bang, knocks the dude out cold. I love to see that. I learn more from those close fights, more from the adversity than I do watching somebody just knock people out of nowhere. So I can trust Shamil to stay tough, to be tough, to work through adversity, even if the first round doesn't go his way, and make something happen. His opponent is also very, very tough. I have bet on his opponent every single one of his UFC fights, but I'm liking Gaziev here. Only a quarter of a unit. These are heavyweights. You should not be playing with more than that with them. Then I have an over 1.5 round parlay. I have Ferguson and Pimblett. So Patty and Tony Ferguson in a parlay with Dustin Jacoby and Alonzo Menafield. Both of those fights go over 1.5 rounds, plus 116, half a unit on that. Then I have Alonzo Menafield wins inside the distance, decision, no action. So that is saying if Alonzo Menafield knocks out Dustin Jacoby, I'll get paid. If Alonzo Menafield loses a decision, which is a pretty likely outcome, then I'll get a full refund. This is plus 145. Those are solid odds for a safety net bet. I don't see Dustin Jacoby knocking out Alonzo Menafield. I see him dancing around, being technical, being the high-level kickboxer that he is, but I don't think he's going to finish Alonzo Menafield. If anybody's going to get finished, it will be Dustin, and if that does happen, I will get paid. And then I have the anti-40 parlay. Took a little bit of a hit. Randy Brown, that fight is canceled, but it was Randy Brown, Paddy Pimblett, and Shavkat Rakhmonov. They're both fighting, or all three of them, now both are fighting men over the age of 40, or pretty much 40. This is not the sport for that. It just isn't. I put a whole unit on that at plus 101. Those odds will adjust a little bit with Randy being out. I can essentially double my money, right? 4.25 units out. Everything goes the way I should go. I'm pretty much going to double my money. And I also have the safety parlay going. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at the safety parlay. This is a premium member only parlay. Just go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. It's $10. You unlock this and everything else. The safety parlay has been a resounding success. This is the most volatile sport to bet on planet Earth. And the safety parlay hits at a 70% clip. The safety parlay has hit 5 of the last 6 events. The safety parlay averages 1.624 units of net profit every single month. Those are incredible statistics. This week, my original safety parlay included the Randy Brown over 1.5 round line. That fight is gone. I have put up a new safety parlay. The new safety parlay has 3 legs. The way I calculate that is the base is 1 parlay, and then you build another parlay with the base, and then the 3rd leg. Obviously, I put it together after my original one broke down, but I'm still very confident in this safety parlay. The base is favorite money. Once you add that 3rd leg, it becomes underdog money. The safety parlay is 4-1 over the last 5 pay-per-view events. The most volatile sport on the planet. This continues to be wildly successful. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It's $10. That's it. $10. You unlock literally everything that we do, including the safety parlay and the rest of Jacob's bets. Let's take a look. As of right now, we don't have prop bets for takedown lines, for significant strikes, who's going to win the first round. Those props have not dropped yet. Those don't drop till pretty much after weigh-ins. This is being filmed before weigh-ins. So as of right now, Jacob has 9+ units of bets on the board. Once weigh-ins are done and those props drop, this will skyrocket. Here's a quick free sample. Right? A little spoon, free. Oh, I like that flavor. I'll take the whole thing. Here's your free sample. Colby Covington, plus 116. He placed that bet 8 months ago. Literally immediately after Leon Edwards beat Kamaru Usman for the 2nd time, they announced some potential opponents. Bet Online threw up those bets, as they do, future bets. And he had Colby Covington. He jumped on that. He went all over that for about 8 months. You're going to get better odds on him today, but Jacob hit that bet months ago. Cody Durden as well. Both of them are his underdog lock of the week. Cody Durden for all the reasons I mentioned. And then here's another free sample bet. He's got Brian Kelleher, wins inside the distance, decision, no action. I think that makes sense. Cody Garbrandt is dangerous, but if you watch his last fight, he took his time. He did things right. He tried to be patient, didn't get wildly aggressive. This could look similar, and we know Cody Garbrandt can be chinny. Jacob has 9 units of bets. Unlock every single one of those bets. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. And if you want to take my literal money from me, if you want to take Jacob's literal money from him, check out BetOpenly. They are not a sports book. It is person-to-person betting. I personally use this to solve arguments with strangers. We have a free Discord. You can join that. It's 100% free. And everybody in the Discord thinks they're a genius, right? That's just the internet. People all over the world think they're smarter than everybody. Yeah, trash pick, trash bet. Okay, great. Great. I will put $100 on this. You put up 100, and whoever wins gets to keep the money. The reason you want to do that with Bet Openly is they have to put up the money ahead of time. And once the bet cashes, it gets sent one direction or the other. No more, I'm going to take your you suck, here's a bet, and then they disappear into thin air. Bet Openly is peer-to-peer betting, person versus person. I love settling arguments with it, but you actually will just get better odds. You don't need to bet somebody you know. You will just get better odds straight up using Bet Openly. Go to WeWantPicks.com/BetOpenly or just go to BetOpenly.com. Check them out. But if you want my actual money, Jacob's actual money, there's an anti-lock of the week. Bet Openly bet. You can bet the other side of his 2 lock of the weeks. Anti-safety parlay. The way parlays work with Bet Openly, if you bet against one, you just need it to break. You don't need the opposite of every single leg to do something. You just need one of them breaks. If I have a 5-leg parlay, one of those fighters lose, you get paid. In this case, it is 3. Check it out. Try to take my money, but I'll give you some money as well. I'll give you $50. Go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up. Make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you for supporting us and our partners. Good luck this weekend. Monster pay-per-view, last event of the year. Good luck.